Most players look at the pitch and see a game. An elite midfielder looks at the pitch and sees a chessboard. You aren't just a player out here. You are the engine. You are the metronome. Every single attack starts with your vision, and every single defence relies on your work rate. Strikers might get the glory, but you run the show. If you are a young player ready to step up, take control of the tempo and make it physically impossible for your coach to leave you on the bench, your playbook starts right now. The Puppet Master, the midfielder's mindset. What's up, mate? Welcome back to the masterclass. Pull those headphones tight, lock in, and let's get completely dialed into the most important area of the pitch, the engine room. If you play in the midfield, whether you're a defensive shield, a box-to-box engine, or an attacking playmaker, you are the heartbeat of the team. When the average spectator watches the ball, the coach watches the midfield. Why? Because you control the tempo. You decide when the team attacks, when they defend, and how the game flows. You are the puppet master. Today, we are diving into the story of a midfielder named Mason. Mason is 12 years old, highly skilled, but today, his team is playing the top-ranked academy in the district. They are facing the Titans, a team notorious for a massive, aggressive central midfield that bullies players, hunts in packs and forces panic kicks. Let's walk through the 20 high-performance habits Mason brings to the pitch to completely dismantle their press and dominate the centre of the park. Part 1. The positional mindset. Before Mason even laces his boots, his mind is prepared to outthink and outwork the opposition. 1. Discipline over motivation. It's a dark, shivering Monday afternoon after a long day of school. Mason's friends are online gaming and it doesn't feel like training. But motivation is a fake friend that quits when it gets cold. Mason's discipline takes over. He heads to the backyard and spends 20 minutes practicing receiving balls off a wall. That discipline is the exact fuel that will power his lungs in the 60th minute on Sunday. 2. Loving the boring work. In the backyard, Mason doesn't just blast the ball. He practices his footwork alignment, checking his shoulder, shaping his hips, and taking his first touch with his back foot over and over. It's repetitive and unglamorous, but Mason loves it because he knows this boring muscle memory is what keeps him calm when 3 defenders sprint at him at once. 3. Delayed gratification. Every kid wants to score the 30-metre screamer that goes viral, but elite midfielders play the long game. Mason accepts that his job is often to make the unselfish, simple 5-metre pass out wide to his winger, or drop deep to cover his centre-back. He is perfectly happy sacrificing individual glory to control the rhythm of the match. 4. 100% accountability. 10 minutes into the first half, Mason passes a ball to his striker, who loses it instantly, sparking a dangerous counter-attack. The average player drops their shoulders and points fingers. Mason takes total accountability. He doesn't complain about the heavy touch. He puts his head down, sprints 20 metres to get goal side and puts an end to the danger. 5. Controlling the controllables. The Titans' central midfielder is a giant who uses his size to push Mason around and talk trash. Mason doesn't react or get into a shouting match. He tells himself, I can't control his size or what he says. I can control my body positioning, my low centre of gravity, and how quickly I move the ball. Part 2. On-pitch technical and tactical execution. The whistle blows, the game is rapid, and Mason has to execute under intense physical pressure. 6. Active scanning, the 360-degree radar. The Titans midfielder passes the ball blindly, and Mason's centre-back intercepts it. Before the ball is even kicked to Mason, he executes a lightning-fast double head check, looking over his left shoulder, then his right. He maps out the pitch. Because his radar is active, he already knows exactly where the open space is before the ball hits his boot. 7. The open body shape, the half turn. As the ball rolls toward him, Mason refuses to face his own goal. If he faces his own goal, he can only see what's behind him. Instead, he opens his hips on a half turn, facing the opponent's goal line. He cushions the ball with the inside of his back foot, his furthest foot from the defender. With one touch, he completely bypasses the rushing defender. 8. Dictating tempo, la pausa. The game is chaotic and everyone is panicking. Mason gets the ball. Instead of rushing, he puts his foot on the ball and slows the play down for just 1 second. This execution, called la pausa, forces the opponent's defensive line to hesitate and step forward. The moment they step up, Mason explodes into the gap they just left behind. 9. Threading the needle, passing into space. Mason spots his speedy left winger starting to make an explosive diagonal run behind the opponent's right back. Mason doesn't pass the ball directly to the winger's feet, which would slow him down. He cuts a low, sharp pass into the green space ahead of the winger, letting him chase it down at full speed. 10. The marginal gains 5%, the weak foot switch. Trapped on the right touchline with 2 defenders closing the lane, the old Mason would have lost possession. But because of his daily 5% extra work on his weaker left foot, Mason pivots sharply and hits a dynamic, curling 25-metre crossfield switch to his completely open right winger. The opposition is left chasing shadows. Part 3. Emotional agility and handling match pressure. The Titans score a fluke goal just before half-time. The crowd is deafening and tension is boiling over. 11. Muting outside noise. Parents on the sideline are screaming instructions. Get rid of it. Kick it long. The Titans players are laughing. Mason closes his ears to the chaos. He looks only at his coach, catches his breath, and locks his absolute focus into the team's tactical instructions. 12. The next play mindset. 5 minutes into the second half, Mason underhits a simple pass and the opposition intercepts it, nearly scoring a second goal. Mason's heart races, but he knows dwelling on the error is a trap. He tells himself that play is dead. It belongs in the past. Focus entirely on the next 10 seconds. 13. The clean slate reset, the palm rub. To shake off the sting of that bad pass, Mason uses his physical reset trigger. He aggressively rubs his palms together, takes a massive deep breath in through his nose, blows it out hard through his mouth, and deletes the mistake from his brain. His mental chalkboard is completely clean. 14. Process over outcome. Down 1-0 with 15 minutes left, the pressure is immense. Instead of panicking about the scoreboard or the ticking clock, Mason obsesses over his micro processes. Win the next 50-50 tackle, look over my shoulder, complete the next simple pass. By executing the small details perfectly, the game starts to tilt back in his favour. 15. The striker-winger synergy. Mason notices his striker is getting frustrated because he hasn't had many touches. Instead of ignoring him, Mason sprints up during a stoppage, claps him on the back and says, "Keep making those front post runs, mate. The second I turn my body, I'm looking for you. Be ready." He re-energises his teammates' focus. Part 4. Leadership, adaptability and elite standards. The final 10 minutes of the match are where elite tournament players distance themselves from the crowd. 16. Vocal domination, the conductor's voice. Mason uses his vision to guide his teammates who can't see what's behind them. He acts as their eyes. When his defensive midfielder receives a pass, Mason barks out clear commands. Time! Turn! Or man on! Drop! His loud, precise voice keeps the entire team organised and fearless. 17. Positional adaptability, The Titans mount a massive attack down the left wing and Mason's left back gets caught too high up the pitch. Mason doesn't stand in the centre circle pointing fingers. He adapts instantly, drops deep into the left back channel, stalls the attacker and wins a throw-in, saving his team from a dangerous cross. 18. Relational capital. Building trust. In the 55th minute, Mason's midfielder partner makes a brilliant sliding tackle to intercept a ball. Mason is the very first person to sprint over, pump his fist and give him a high five, yelling, "Unbelievable tackle, keep dominating them." He builds a bank of trust that makes his teammates want to bleed for him on the pitch. 19. The first to arrive standard. After Mason provides a brilliant through ball assist to level the game 1-1, the referee blows the final whistle. While other players drop to the grass or complain about being tired, Mason sets the elite standard. He immediately walks over to shake the hands of the opponents and the ref, then helps his coach collect the team water bottles. 20. Constructive debriefing. On the car ride home, Mason doesn't just scroll through his phone or zone out. He reviews his match like a professional analyst. He tells his dad, "I nailed my scanning and body shape today, which broke their press. But in the final 10 minutes, my long passing accuracy dropped because my legs were tired. On Monday, I need to work on my long range technique under fatigue." Your pre-match script for Sunday. Lace up your boots, stand tall and walk out onto that pitch knowing you are the commander-in-chief. Let the opposition chase the ball while you chase greatness. Keep your head on a swivel, open your hips, demand the ball with authority and run the engine room like a pro. Go and dominate the centre of the park, mate. The pitch is yours. If you are ready to build the next layer of your game, select the blueprint on your screen right now.
And the real work begins. Build your greatness in the quiet. Cold Grind